Welcome back to the channel, fam. Welcome back to the channel. This is Brian, the introverted marketer, and it ain't hard to tell. It's simple. Now listen, fam, we're going to be checking out a tool called, I believe it's called Ohanashi AI. Now this tool has been making waves all on YouTube. And basically what it does is, it's an AI cloud tool that allows you to create pretty much interactive ebooks. And we're going to take a look at the sales page, and we're going to talk about some of the OTOs. And we're just going to go through everything. This is going to be a longer video because I'm going to take you from beginning to end, talking through everything, including some of the OTOs and the additional tools that it comes with. And I'm really not going to hold anything back in this long form overview. So stick around, fam. It's gonna be a good one. So let's just look at the sales page. Here's some of the claims it's making. So step one, easy create your storybooks with the AI tool. We're gonna see upload your books to free buyer traffic sites. Well, it's hit or miss with Amazon and Etsy. There's really some strategy that you got to put behind when you're putting your content out there in order to get discovered. So that's just something to keep in mind. So getting passive income from happy customers, it's possible, but you have to put in the work. And part of putting in the work is creating a quality product. So some of the claims they're making here, it's easy, no long prompts, no need to get traffic. I don't know about that. And no need to stock anything. Everything is all digital. And here's some example books they have right here from Amazon. And you have some examples of some royalties. And here's the creator right here, a gentleman by the name of Ike Paz. And here's the developer right here, a gentleman by the name of Luke Bowles. Here's an example of an actual book that was made using the tool. And within the actual software, you can format it so that it's good to go to be printed out on KDP. But you can also make videos where you can read it, so you can actually create a YouTube with it, or you can even sell it on platforms like Etsy. This tool is pretty good. I'm already fully stacked in. This video is long overdue. But let's get into some of the places you can put it on. We discussed Amazon and Etsy. You got paid teachers, Apple Books, Google Play Books, Publish Drive, Barnes & Noble. It's pretty much like they say. You could just upload and publish. Simple. And you know, on this channel, fam, options matter. So having different platforms you could post to is a beautiful thing. So pretty much just going over the ease of use. And here's the logo, and here's what it looks like. And just want to take you through the sales page. Here's some examples of some ebooks that was created specifically using this tool. I am in the beta group. I did beta test this tool, and I found it to be very solid. And the number one reason that this tool is awesome is no recurring fees ever. Just a one-time course for unlimited access, and you can't beat that. No API key. So if controlling your course is your concern while trying to create a real business around creating ebooks, and not just children ebooks, but ebooks in general, because when you see, as we go through the back office, you can create a variety of ebooks, and this is by far is the biggest feature. Unlimited access to the world's best AI image generator, Nano Banana. This is unbeatable. This is unbeatable. In my opinion, it's not just the marketing, but this is unbeatable. Because where else are you going to go to get unlimited access to Nano Banana? Absolutely nowhere that I've seen. If you've seen somewhere, you could drop a comment below and let me know, hey, Brian, you're wrong. But this is incredible value right here. So just more examples of ebooks. And these are some of the ebooks that also was created using the tool. and you get a bonus. You get the Children's Book Royalty Academy. Pretty much, it's a video course and training that provides you everything you need to know to create and sell high quality, in-depth storybooks online. So not only are you getting what is potentially just a business for you with Ohanashi AI, but you also get the guidance. Like, hey, if you want to take this seriously and really take it to the next level, we're going to provide you this video training. And this is additionally added with the tool in addition. So that's amazing. But this is the sales page. And before we continue, I'm just going to pause the video right here so I could just pull up all the OTOs so you understand exactly what you're getting into. So hold on 1 minute, fam. So I am in the back of Warrior Plus. This is a Warrior Plus product, and I do want to show you that the product is Ohanashi AI, and right now it's $57. There's an upsell for Kumo Amazon, and I'm going to discuss that as well, and that's $47. There's an upsell to the Pro, which is the next step, and that's $67. And then there's a final upsell to the Elite version, and that's $197. And we're actually going to go through each and every sales page because I have the entire funnel. I have the front end, the Kumo Amazon, the Pro, and the Elite. But just wanted to show you that that's everything that it's hitting on, just so we could be real transparent. So as you can see, I'm already logged in. Welcome back. Right. This is also a tool that I'm going to start covering down on. That's by the same creator, Nudier, but we can just get that out of here. And as you can see, the Academy is right here. You just click here, you register your account, and then you can just log in and you get access to that training. And then the Kumo Amazon, which is an upsell that I discussed with you. And here's some of the things it can do. Seed keyword builder, niche expansion engine, live niche scoring, instant tag generator, 0 recurring fees, and niche signals. And I believe I have it in my extensions, but it wasn't pinned. Now it is pinned. Here it is. And here's what it looks like. I may do a dedicated video to this, but just a brief overview. You have the presets. So for a variety of different books, it comes with a how-to guide that takes you to different videos. You can use seed keywords, gives you instructions, and pretty much this is if you're targeting Amazon, KDP. This is a tool that's going to complement Ohanashi. So just want to show you what it looks like. Right, and we're not on Amazon or anything to analyze, but it comes with a guide, and it's just showing you what it looks like. And then I actually do have it. I am all into this funnel, and of course they have a masterclass, and I'll just briefly show you what that looks like. So just know that you're not just buying this and you get no guidance. You're greeted by the creator and the developer. And pretty much each one of these links, it'll take you down to a certain portion of the web page where it's covering these specific topics. So you just click and it'll take you down there. So you have guidance if you need it, and chances are if you're a beginner, you're gonna need it. So it's definitely something to consider. And we can just close that out. And we can just close this out. So I already created a story, and I've spoken about this story in a few videos. But what I actually want to do with you, fam, is I want to create from scratch a story. with you guys, just so you can see how the tool works together. It'll be like we're just starting from scratch and we've never used this before whatsoever. So we want to start a new story. So we'll start a new story. And it's already blank. So you can pick the age range. So we're going to stick with children's. But as you can see, you can go from whatever age range you want, even up to adult. That's why I'm telling you, fam, this tool is not just for creating storybooks for children. It's for creating storybooks, period. But in this demo video, I want to cover children's storybooks. So we put 6 to 8 years. 6 to 8 years old. And for the language, as you can see, we got a few languages: English, Spanish, French, German, and Italian. Pretty limited right now. But if you speak one of these languages, you're covered. Hopefully they'll add more languages in the future. And if you don't have idea for a plot outline, you can always use the give me an idea. And this is what I like about this. If you have nothing to go off of, and you're not using Kuma Amazon to see what's out there, you can just hit give me an idea, and it's going to give you an idea. Add a short word or phrase to state the idea, and that's optional, fam. Then click generate idea. Let's say we just had nothing. We just bought this tool and we're just eager to get started and just see what it can do. So we'll just hit generate idea. It's going to generate the idea. And if we don't like the idea, we can generate it again, or we can use this idea. So let's take a look at the generated idea. A shy kid and a curious squirrel work together to find a lost kite, learning how to share ideas and help each other along the way. I think that's a cool little kid story. But if I didn't like it, I could just hit generate again. Generate another idea. A shy squirrel loses his favorite scarf in the park, so friends work together using clues and kind ideas to find it before sunset. So that's fine. Remember, we didn't use any keywords, any phrase, so it's just giving us ideas. So we can just use this idea. Right? Let's say we didn't have a book title. We can just say, give me an idea. And we can just go with generate idea. And as you can see, fam, the tool is locked in. It already looked at the plot outline. So it didn't just come up with a random idea that wasn't connected. It looked at the plot outline and came up with this title that makes sense. The Shy Squirrel's Scarf Hunt. So we're going to use this title. I think that's fine. And if you don't have an author name or a pen name, you can just give me an idea, generate an idea, and that's fine. Sunny Puddleberry, that's cool. That's a nice little children's author name. And the art style for character and stories, we're going to stick with children's book illustration. But once again, fam, this tool is for everything. You can see watercolor, you can see anime, kawaii, pencil, vintage, like golden age. Actually, my vintage, I might actually go with that. I want to see how that looks. You can see we have a whole bunch of different art styles that we can use. Mid-century, flat vector, ink and wash, pen and ink, cross-hatching. So let's take a look at the writing styles. So we got descriptive, action-packed, conversational, heartwarming. Let's go with heartwarming. And it'll give us an example. For writing guidelines, focus on emotions and relationships. So that's pretty much when you choose the writing style. It'll change up, and you can see the example changed. But we're gonna go with heartwarming because I like that. And it explains the writing guidelines and it shows an example. And once again, you don't know any character names, you can hit suggest character names, or you can load characters. But for this example, we'll just suggest character names. let it do its thing. So we got Pip Squirrel, Ollie Owl, Daisy Duck, Benny Bunny, and Millie Mouse. And let's say we don't. This thing is super duper customizable, fam. Every single option you can put the description, everything, or you could just run through it and say, hey, just give me an idea. And that's what I love about this. It's like, hey, you could be in the driver's seat, or if you don't have any ideas, we'll help you get started. And I appreciate that with a tool like this because it's massive. So we can hit this idea thing right here and see what it comes up with. And it just gives us an idea. We'll just hit one for each. And it's basically describing how the character is going to look. And now we have our characters. So at this point, we can go ahead and hit to generate an image, which would be this icon right here. And as you can see, we can put auto generate missing descriptions and images, or we can auto regenerate all characters and description images. So that's what I like about this feature right here. You can kind of bulk out the task and get it done across the board. But let's go and generate an image for each one of our characters. It may take a little bit of time, so I actually may pause the video so I don't have you guys just sitting here waiting for it to generate the image. So I'll pause the video and I'll come right back once all the characters are generated. So here we are, family. As you can see, we have our characters here. They're all generated. Definitely one thing to be mindful of. See, the character name is Daisy Duck, and Daisy Duck is a Disney character, and that's a Disney name, but this is purely just using an example. But I definitely wouldn't be putting out a book with the name Daisy Duck just because that's kind of Disney-esque. But we have our characters here and we're ready to go. So we can also choose the preferred page count, and for this demo, let's just go with, we can go with 14 pages, and we can choose the picture frequency. Now mind you, the more pictures you have, the longer it's going to take. But also you got to keep in mind that whatever tier you're on, in terms of if you're on the front end, the pro end, or the elite end, it's going to determine the priority you're going to get. So you have to keep that in mind. If you want more pictures and stuff like that, you're probably going to be limited in terms of how many pictures you can have, and also how long it's going to take you. So if speed is something that's important to you, you may want to consider investing in getting in the pro or elite. And we'll go with 2 variations because we know AI can sometimes do AI things. And we can just see, it gives us a little guidance when we hover over the question mark. And we can use Nano Banana for image generation, or we can just use the normal image generation that they have there. So it gives you options. You don't have to be with Nano Banana. Alright, and we want to include the author name on the cover. We want to include the title on the cover. And with the trim sizes, it gives us a bunch of trim sizes. So whatever storefront you're trying to get your book ready for, you're good to go. And if none of these sizes are what suits you, they give you the option to customize it. But we'll just stick with this. Right? And I think we're good to go. Just want to double check to make sure everything is good. So you can have a picture on every chapter or a picture on every page. I think a picture on, since we're only doing 14 pages, I think a picture on every page would work. I think it would be very visually pleasing. And I think we're just going to go ahead and just generate this story. And I'm going to pause the video and let it do its thing, and we'll come back once everything is done. just wait 1 second. You can see that it's creating a story outline. You can see it's generating a table of contents. I just want you guys to see what it's doing. It's writing all the pages at once. So it's gonna write every page right now. And then once it gets to generating the images, I'll pause it right there because I think that's when it's going to take the most time, since it's gonna be generating not just one image per chapter, but it's gonna be generating an image for every page. So it's gonna be generating about 14 images. And I think that's going to take a little bit of time. You can see that it doesn't really give us an option to scroll down and see what it's doing. So everything is kind of just working in the background, doing its thing. And I think that's fine. But one thing I got to say about this tool is that I really love how much control it gives you. You really can make a ton of different stories. There's really no limits to what you can do with this tool. In addition, you don't have to use it solely for children. It's marketed because that's what a lot of people are into and what they're trying to sell, and I understand that. But adults also read books. Adults will also read video books and audio books. They'll listen to those. And video books with audio, I think that's something that people in general would enjoy. And I think not only can you sell these, but you can create a YouTube channel just displaying these. It doesn't cost you much but investing in time. Think about it, family. You could create a YouTube channel of just video books, a video books with audio, where people just go to your YouTube and they'll look at your stories that you create. And then if they want to download it, you can say, hey, I'm selling it in this store. You can click this link and check out my store where I'm selling this. Or check me out over here. There's so many options that you can do with this, family. This really is, in my opinion, a great tool. And shout out to Ike Paws and Luke Bowles for making this thing happen. I think this tool really is a standout this year on Warrior Plus. Just for all the things that it can do, it's just massive. But I think right now it's actually not just writing the pages, but also generating the images. And I don't want to keep you guys here just listen to me talk, because you're not here to just listen to me talk. You're here to see what the tool can do. So I'm going to pause the video right here, and once it's done, we'll tap back in. You can see it's generating. It's going to be 28 images. So I'll pause the video, and once it's done generating the images, tap back in and check out how the story came out. Family, I realized I didn't show you the actual sales page for the Pro and the Elite version. So while we're actually waiting, since it's about 18 pages in, I just want to show you the Pro and Elite upgrades so you just understand what the difference is. So here's what the Pro upgrades for you. So you get Smart Task Can, so you can load up multiple story and illustration jobs and let them run while you keep working, right? You also unlock a 10-slot character library for building worlds that stay consistent across books, and PowerPoint Open Office Export to instantly turn your stories into teaching decks. And you get the expanded story vault, which allows you to have up to 100 projects, so you always have room to grow your catalog without limits. And that is in the Pro version. So it's just showing some of the capabilities with the Pro version and some of their reasonings as to why. And right now everything is a one-time. The time of this video, November 4th. So that's some of their reasonings right there. Let me see if they mention anything else. Just their perceived value. So let's go on and head over to the Elite. And this is the top version, which is what I have. So let's talk about what the Elite gives you. So you get the speed boost, you get the highest AI models, unlimited stories and characters, the AI Storybot, the KDP listing wizard, the AI Flipbook video, AI Mockups, AI Cover Studio, and AI Audiobooks. So let's go down and see everything that the Elite gives you, because since I have everything, I have to be transparent and show you, because I'm showing you the Elite. Right? So I don't want you to look at this video and think, hey, I get access to all this in the front end, right? And you'd be incorrect, fam. So let me just let you know right now, what the Elite gives you is priority, and I was talking about that earlier. Speed boost, advanced AI models, infinite stories and characters, no caps, Elite AI Storybot, the KDP listing wizard, AI mockups and flipbook video, the AI book cover studio, the AI audiobook creator. So you get a lot with the Elite, and that's on top of the Pro version, because it is a funnel. And here's just an example right here. I'm also in this Facebook group, and I'm going to show you how this looks when we create our ebook together. But yeah, it does this, and not only does it do that, because it's just a Flipbook version, but also it can read it for you if you generate an audiobook. So I'm going to show you both the video version, where there's no words, where there's no reading, and the audio version, where it actually reads the story and it'll flip the pages. So you're only going to get that with the Elite version. So I just had to make sure I throw that in there, and then just give some of their reasonings as to why they consider the upsell reasonable. And I just wanted to show you that while we was waiting for the book to be created, because I realized I didn't show you that. And I think now it's finished. So we want to save the story, make sure we save the story. And as you can see, as I hover over the save story setup, it saves it to a JSON file. So just something to keep in mind. And you can export the story. And since I'm an Elite member, I can export it as a PDF, a Word, or a PowerPoint file. And I think for this video, I want to show you how each one looks, just so you have the full scope. And these are our settings, and here's our cover. We have Daisy, we have Benny, we have Millie, and I believe this is Ollie, and I forget what our shy squirrel's name is. But he's kind of floating in the air. But that's no issue, it is with AI. It is what it is. So you can download the front cover, you can download the back cover, which is nothing is here. You can save the cover to story. You can auto regenerate. We can regenerate a cover, or we could just generate a concept. And here's the cover concept right here. And here's what editing the cover looks like. It just went away. Okay, so right here, you see this little sidebar that popped up. Book size, the page count, front cover, the title, the author, and all these things. You can put a short description of your cover, and you can remove the front cover image, or you can generate a front cover. Pretty much you can upload custom font. You can add text if you want. You can erase things. You can use a brush, shape, AI element, right? You can remove the background. You can enter a prompt to generate. Let's see what that looks like. A squirrel. Let's see what that generates. So as you can see, it uses AI to generate an image. So just wanted to show you that. And you can also upload your own custom image, and you can send things to the front or the back. It's really like give you like that customizability here in this editor to make your covers truly unique and truly yours. So really, it puts the power in your hands. If you value customization, then this is definitely the tool for you. It can do everything for you automatically, or you can customize it yourself. And of course, you have options to download as a PNG, a PDF. You can download the front cover, download the back cover. You can save the cover. And I feel like I showed you everything I need to show you here. So we're going to return to the story generator. And now we're back. And we have our chapter 1, The Missing Scarf. So it shows the page 1 content, the picture content, or picture concept rather. And we selected 2 variations. We can regenerate, or we can save the concept. So just want to show you how it looks. Right, and of course we can view things larger, whichever one we want. And of course, variation 2 is more aligned with how our characters look. So I'm just going to briefly go over it and select the variations that I want, and then we're going to go through some other options in the tool, so I can show you what else it has to offer with the elite version. Okay, just want to make sure these images are okay. But as you can see, for every page, it created an image. So we're going to have 28 images, and it costed us absolutely nothing but the investment in the tool initially. And I think these images are pretty outstanding. The quality is very good. The characters are rather consistent. Some of the sizes is like weird, like you see his huge hair but kind of small hair. But for this to be a one-shot thing, it really did its thing, in my opinion. And I think AI has really come pretty far in terms of being able to generate consistent characters using Nano Banana. Like our squirrel, Daisy, and our owl looks relatively the same throughout all these images. We can see consistency in the characters. Everything looks good to go. So we have our story. We checked out all the images, and the images look fine. So we can save the cover to the story. So make sure you do that. Alright, everything looks good. Just want to see where we save the story. We can save the concepts. We can regenerate the concepts. I think we're good to go here. I just want to make sure that we save our story. We did save our story. That was the first thing that we did. We selected the images that we wanted, but let's save it again since we changed some variations. So as you can see, we created a story, but also there's the K feature, and I want to show you that as well. We'll just put that there. And pretty much what this does is, instead of just going through everything manually, you just put it up and you can start a new K. Like K for the story to be completed like automatically. And then for the characters, you see that we already created our characters. We have a library. Here's from the first story. But I'm wondering why my other characters are not saved. So I want to make sure that we save our characters from our story. They should show up here. Because if you don't save your characters, you will lose your story. You will lose your characters in the story. And I don't see where we can save our characters. I might have lost the characters. That's fine for now, but that was quite odd. But let's go on and head over to audio, because we can create audio. And they have a bunch of different voices. I personally like Nova, and you can hear how Nova sounds here. Just let it generate.
Hello, this is how I sound when reading your story.
But a lot of the voices they have is from OpenAI. You notice Shimmer, Alloy, and Fable. You can choose the gender. And they also have Special, which is their own version. And you can have it choose to announce page numbers and autoplay generated audio. So let's do that, and let's preview their special voice.
Hello, this is how I sound when reading your story.
So I actually like the special voice better. So we can choose a story source, and I'll just go with the current session. And we're going to generate for all pages. So we're going to hit generate audio. So as of right now, the voice is not available for generation. So there may be something going on, and that's fine. We can just go with female, and we can go with Nova. And you can also choose the preset for the different kind of stylings. So since we're going with Nova, I want to go with, you have different accent styles. American New York, that's funny. Intimate friend, soothing, wise storyteller, sing song, animated TV host, grandmotherly. We can just go with the child 6 to 8. Also, they give you custom styles where you can just type in a prompt and choose the custom reading style. But the preset seems fine to me. Right, we can just generate the voice preview again, just to remind you how it sounds.
Hello, this is how I sound when reading your story.
But they have a bunch of presets. You can see the current story is loaded, and we're going to generate the audio. And it's going to do its thing. It's going to generate audio for each page. And once that's done generating, I'm going to tap back in the video just so you can hear how it sounds. Well, actually, I wonder, can we just keep going? I'd rather just keep going, and then we'll just come back. Oh. Sorry about that, fam. An alarm went off. So I think with that, the audio should be done. No, you have to stand by and wait for the audio to finish. So I'll pause the video and let the audio generate, because I think you gotta stay on the page. You can't just leave. And we'll tap back in once it's done. So the audio is just generated. And here you can see that we have audio for all of our pages, 14 pages. And we could download all the audio as a zip file, or we could just download the complete story as an MP3. And we have the combined audio here, and here's how it sounds.
Ib Squirrel sat under the tall oak tree, clutching his green sweater close. The wind had snatched his favorite scarf, and now it was somewhere out in the wide park. His eyes darted around, searching for a glimpse of it.
So that's the combined audio, but as you can see, we have individual page audio. And we can regenerate, we can save, we can download the page audio. So really we have options, and you know in this channel option matters. Sample. So that's the audio feature. Let's go over to, I already showed you the book cover and how to modify it earlier in the video, so we can go over the book mockup and take a look at that feature. So here we are in the AI book mockups, and here's pretty much the options. We can have hardcover standing down to a stack of paperback books. Let's go with paperback standing. Let's go with front view. Let's go with a clean studio. We'll just leave the page count there, and we can put color, the spine width, and we can choose the output size. Well, we only have one output size, but it seems like it's customizable, so we'll just leave everything as is. And we have an extra prompt if we choose, and since it's using Nano Banana, I think using extra prompts would be ideal. But we can go ahead and just leave it as is. We made some slight modifications, or you can upload your own book cover image, and it'll take that image, it'll make the mockups. So you have options, a lot of options here. So we have 3 mockups, and we're going to generate mockups. We have to upload the cover image first, which makes sense. So what we need to do is go back to book cover, so we can download our cover, and we'll download the front cover. And just waiting for it to pop up, and we have front cover. So we'll go back up to book mockup. We'll go for our options again, and this time we will upload our actual cover that we just downloaded. It's going to upload, and as you can see, it's quite a hefty file right there. We're going to choose 3 different mockups, and we're going to generate mockups. It's going to do its thing. Sorry if you hear any noises in the background, fam. I'm a bit of a family man, and people are just waking up, and I'm recording this video early in the morning, so you may hear some things in the background. I may pause and cut back in sometimes, just trying to keep everything focused on what's happening right here and not what's going on around me. But right now it's preparing, so it may take a little bit of time, and if that's the case, I'll pause the video instead of keeping you here just looking at a blank screen and just hearing me talk, because you want to see what the tool actually does. So I'll pause the video, and once it's done, oh no, wait, that didn't take no time. So here we have 3 different mockups. We have our book. Did I pick hardcover? I picked paper cover. I don't know why it has a hardcover. But as you can see, it took our cover and beautifully made these mockups in 3 different versions. I like this one, even though it kind of looks like a hardcover. I like this one. But here we have our options. We can clear the results, we can download the mockups, and if I didn't like anything here, I could just regenerate them. Or if I wanted to go even further, I could download them, upload them in the Gemini, and use Nano Banana even further. But really, I don't need that, because I think these are fine. So those are the AI book mockups. So let's head on over to video. So we need to choose the interior file to convert, and we need to have the cover. So what that tells me is we need to go back to story, right? And we need to export the story. And with exporting the story, we have the option of PowerPoint and PDF and DocX and Open Document. We'll export it as a PDF. And we'll download the PDF. And you can see it's downloading right here. And I'm curious to see how the PowerPoint is going to look. So we'll export it as a PowerPoint just so we can all see. And we'll download the PowerPoint. And didn't see a download. Oh, it did download. There's the PowerPoint. And we'll export it as a Word document. And that's a beta feature, so it may be a little iffy. But now that we have that, we can go back over the video and we can pick the file that we want to convert. At this point, it only can convert PDF, PowerPoints, and the Open Document, not necessarily the DocX. So let's go ahead and browse. As you can see, it's blanked out. So we'll choose PDF. And we'll choose our cover. Here's our front cover. We don't have any back cover, so we don't need to do anything with that. And as you can see, is what I'm telling you, fam. YouTube Shorts, or Instagram, so you can really go and take this places. This is literally a business. So we can just make it a YouTube long form, because long form is what people appreciate nowadays. And we can upload a background, or we can AI generate a background. Let's go ahead and just AI generate a background. And we can just put a simple prompt, a forest setting, right? And let's just see how that's gonna look. We'll generate it. So it's going to take about 15 to 30 seconds. It's going to generate 3 different background variations. And if we aren't happy with them, we can just eliminate them. We can clear them. Or we could try again. But you know what? I think these are fine. We'll just use this. And we can change the settings for how many frames per second, the flip time, the sampling ratio, the border size, and the hold time. But I think this is fine, and we can download the flip with audio, and we can edit the video. But first, I want to create the flip animation so we can see the animation by itself, and then we can add the audio so you can see not only you can create a flipbook, but also you can create a flipbook with audio. So it's saying that the front cover aspect ratio doesn't match the interior. It will be padded to fit, so it may look a little bit weird. So we're gonna see how that's gonna look, and that may be my issue because I selected YouTube, so it's doing its thing. And hopefully it doesn't take long. I don't want to have to keep cutting in and cutting out of the video, but I won't have you sitting around just watching the screen do nothing, because that does not serve you. You need to see what this tool can do. And it's saying that the flip animation is ready, so we can download the flip here, or we can edit it. So let's go ahead and download the flip. And it's downloaded. And we can also edit the video, so let's see what that looks like. So this is a beta feature, the editing. Just want to keep that in mind. Yeah, as you can see, it does look a little bit weird. So you can add media. You can add text, you can export it as an MP4, and you can see right here, overlays, audio, like if you want to add music. And here is our flipbook. Now, the reason why it's flipping so fast is because I didn't actually choose the time that I wanted each page to flip. So this is more like a sampler. But you can slow down the pages in case you just wanted people to just be able to take the time and read, and then it flips instead of just having the audio read it for you. So that's how it looks. You just see it on the big screen. Looks good. And I already downloaded, so there's no need to export it as an MP4. So we can go ahead and create the video with audio. And that's going to create something completely different. So it's saying missing your story, make sure you've generated the audio first. And I have generated the audio. It should be here. And the video, we're going to make a YouTube once again. And we can also generate the background. And the good thing is it already has our background saved, so we can just go ahead and use the same background we used. And as you can see here, the flip time is modified. Whereas with the video, I didn't modify anything. So that's why I was just flipping through quickly. So we can create the audio video. And then once we create the audio video, we'll see how that sounds and looks. I know this is a bit of a long video, but that's because I want to show you everything it has to offer. I know some people do things differently, but on this channel I try to go through everything in one video so you see everything that the tool has to offer. There will be timestamps so you can jump to specific parts of the video where you think you may need to learn a little bit more about a specific feature that may interest you. But I believe these longer form videos, 30 minutes or more, gives immense value to you all so you can see everything. And even though a lot of these features I am showing you is elite, still, if you're considering making that jump to elite, you should have an idea of what elite has to offer. And in order for you to have that idea, someone needs to show you everything from beginning to end, what it actually can do. And that is my goal with this long form review of this, in my opinion, outstanding tool. So I'm happy to be able to do this for you all, and I hope that you've been enjoying this video. Any comments on Ohanashi, I believe that's how you say it, just make sure you leave them below. Let me know what your thoughts are on the tool so far, if you're liking what you see, if you think it's good, if you think it's curious to know what your thoughts are. And as you can see, it's almost done composing the audio timeline, adding the audio to video. This thing is actually moving rather quickly. We appreciate that. So added audio successfully, and we can download the video, we can edit the video. Let's go ahead and edit the video, which will allow me to show you the video instead of just downloading it to my desktop. And in this version, I believe now it should have the audio. Okay, where's the audio to edit? So it's not allowing me to edit the audio video to show you without downloading, which is no problem, because we can just go back to video with audio. And once it loads, we'll just download the video and I'll show you in one of these tabs how it looks. doesn't seem to want to open up the new tab. So let's see if downloading will help. And it is downloading. It's going to take a little minute, about 2 minutes or so. My internet is kind of slow right now. And then once that's done, we'll have seen all the create features. Right? I've shown you the story library, the character library. Right? But we could just tap back in and you can see that a story is here. I've had 2 stories so far. This is what I tested out in the beta, and this is a story we just created together. And we can always edit the story, we can trash the story, we can go to the covers, and we can view the story details. And the character library, it didn't save my characters, which is odd. But once again, you have options here: delete, view the character, edit the character, and you can also download the character image. So you have tools here, and here's the AI research. Pretty much it's a chat bot, and we'll just go to new chat. So you just pretty much communicate with it, and it asks you, tell me your main character and a 1-line premise. I'll return an outline, cover options, and a listing copy you can test immediately. So pretty much if you have your idea, you give it to StorySpark AI. It'll come up with the outline, the cover options, and the listing copy you can test immediately. And it even gives you an idea right here: an outline plus picture context for a bedtime forest tale, or 6 cover concepts with SEO blurb. And mind you, this is an upsell, so it's essentially a chatbot. So let's just test it out. Story, a squirrel finding its lost scarf in the park. So we can hit send. It's gonna do its thing, thinking. And we can see that our download is done. So since our download is done, I'm going to hit this. I'm going to open it up. And we're going to open this up with comment. Just 1 second. Just want to open it up and comment so you can see how it looks. Gotta find it over here. Comment. And here it's opening.
Abe Squirrel sat under the tall oak tree, clutching his green sweater close. The wind had snatched his favorite scarf, and now it was somewhere out in the wide park. His eyes darted around, searching for a glimpse of it. Ollie Owl swooped down from a nearby...
So this is pretty much how it looks. We have our background, we have our pictures, we have our text, and we have our AI voice reading the story. And it comes out to be about 5 minutes and 43 seconds. This is something you can easily sell it, or you can easily upload it to YouTube and just create content with it. Just, nice little stories that people could just go to your page and just check out. So that's that feature right there. And I don't know what happened here. I did put something here and then this came up. So let's go to the listing gen and we can load the current story. And as you can see, it loaded everything immediately. And for the tone style, we have a bunch of options here. Let's go with kid friendly actually. Even though SEO specialist is how you get found. Kid friendly, it's a kid story. So ideally, you would want it to be kid friendly, your listing. For parents looking at your listing, so, oh, this is a nice little sounding story for children. Maybe I should check this out. Or even if you don't use it as a KDP listing, you can maybe modify it to make it a YouTube listing, a YouTube description for your video or your video of audio. So it's generating the listing. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. I don't want to keep you guys here just looking at nothing. And as you can see, has our title, a subtitle, the description, the keywords, the A+ content suggestions, the Amazon categories, and the print book categories. So pretty much everything you need for a KDP listing. I know a lot of people love using Amazon KDP as a means to create a side income with ebooks like these, and this is an upsell feature that you have right here if that's something that interests you, the Amazon KDP listing AI generator. So we can head back over into tools, and once again you can export multiple stories. So I do want to show you how I created this Spanish story, because this was in an earlier video that I scrapped, that I wasn't happy with. So I do want to show you that you can actually translate your story, and that's this feature right here. So we are going to translate our story, and we have a bunch of languages we can translate it into. A whole bunch. Let's just go with Spanish. But as you can see, we have a whole bunch of different languages. And you choose the source language, and you can just hit start translation. And you can see we have both our stories here, the English and the Spanish version. So it's going to go ahead and take that text and translate it. And then what you could do is you would go back into audio and see if the AI could actually read the audio in the language, the target language, which would be awesome if you wanted to do YouTube channels and focusing on kids books in different languages instead of relying on YouTube to do the auto dubbing, which is fine. You can do YouTube channels or sell these video audiobooks in different languages. So it's in, we can view it in our library. So let's go ahead and go to story library. And as you can see right here, it's in Spanish. So I wonder if we could create audio for our Spanish book. And yes, we can. We certainly can. We certainly can. And I actually want to test this out just so we can see how it sounds. So we have our audiobook right here, and we can go ahead and generate audio. And I want to see how it sounds in Spanish. And then after that, we can go ahead and wrap this video up, because I pretty much have shown you everything that I wanted to show you with this video. It's been about an hour. I've shown you all the different features, and I just want to show you that you can generate audio in different languages. You can hear how it sounds, and I think this is an awesome feature here because it really allows you to not be boxed in just with your native language. Maybe you're an English speaker like me, maybe you speak Spanish, maybe you speak Portuguese. You shouldn't be boxed in by just your native language. What this tool allows you to do is serve a global audience if that's what you want. You can translate your ebooks so that everybody can enjoy them no matter what language they speak, and I think that's powerful. It's a way to allow you to connect with different diverse communities if that's your goal, or just be able to sell to people that speak a different language, which is also a fine goal. You know, in this channel, fam, we say options matter. Simple. So right now it's just generating the audio, And then once it generates the audio, just want to hear how it sounds. We're still going to stay off Nova. We already know how Nova sounds. And I think that we're going to just wrap up the video at this point, this long form video of Ohanashi AI Gen. Alright. So it says successfully generated audio for 14 or 14 pages. Let's just see. And right now it's saying everything is at 0. I wonder if something happened. Okay, here we go.
Mi pardilla se sentó bajo el alto roble, abrazando su suéter verde con fuerza. El viento había arrebatado su bufanda favorita, y ahora estaba en algún lugar del gran parque.
So as you can see, we have our AI speaking Spanish reading to the audience, and I think that's a powerful feature in itself. You can create your book, and not only can you make it available to people that speak your language, you can make it available to people that speak pretty much any language that this tool supports. So that's a powerful feature. But with that being said, I'm going to wrap up the review right here. And once again, got to remind you that some of these features are in the pro tier and the elite tier. So just remember to keep that into consideration when you're thinking about picking up this tool. There'll be a link in the description below for you to check out Ohanashi AI Gen. And with that being said, let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. It showed you Kumo, showed you everything. No, I believe I've showed you everything there is to show you. So with that being said, I'm going to end the video right here. Drop a comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are on Ohanashi AI. If you think it's a go, if you think it's a no-go. In my opinion, it gets 2 big thumbs up. It allows you ultimate customization from creating the story, creating the characters, the mock-ups. You can translate. You can do so many different things. So, in my opinion, it's a big thumbs up, especially using Nano Banana. The images came out beautifully. You can really take your time with it and create the product exactly how you want it if you have the patience. Not to mention audio, video. The possibilities are endless with this tool, fam. Simple. But I'll catch you on the next video, fam. This is Brian, the Introverted Marketer, and it ain't hard to tell. It's simple. I'll catch you on the next video, fam. Peace.